What's up, everybody? Sorry for the sound of my voice. If it sounds a little bit weird, I just woke up. But in today's video, I want to continue off from the previous video, which was teaching you on how to use Rojo with Roblox Studio and VS Code, so you can have an external text editor instead of using Roblox Studio as your primary source of text editing. In this video, I'll be showing you guys on how to port your existing game that you already created on Roblox to VS Code. Now, doing this, it's pretty simple, but you should understand that there's a little bit some caveats with this. If you program your game, if you program your game where you have like local scripts um, inside of models and screen GUIs, and then this can get very hectic, right? A lot of this assumes that majority, or at least like 99% of your code is going to be like, in the common places like replicated storage, possibly under a folder, server script service, possibly workspace, like, the top level hierarchy parts, right? So what do you need? Obviously, you need Rojo. But first, before we do anything, let's go ahead and create our project file. I'll do that right here. Roblox projects. And this was for the previous one, but I'm going to delete that. We're going to create a new one. We're going to call this port, because I'm porting in a Roblox game to VS Code. So what do you need for this? You need, if you just type in, I think it's Roblox to Rojo. Here it is. Rojo. Nope, second one. Here it is. Roblox RBX LX to Rojo, right? And it tells you on how to do it, and you need at least Rojo 0.5 or greater, and a file that has scripts. So what you do is you install the program by clicking this link to the releases, and then you have these right here, right? You download this .exe file, as I just did. I can show in folder. When I run this, it's going to ask me for some locations. But first, before we go ahead and do that, we need to get the Roblox game we want to port. So if we just open up Roblox Studio, we're going to find a game that we want to port over. Right. So let's say I want to port this game over, right? Now it has this uses the Arrow game framework. I mean, I don't use it. I use Knit now, which will be probably the next video that I'll go over. But this will you can see all this stuff, right? And replicated storage, we have Arrow, shared, and then all these module scripts. You're going to notice that once we want to port this, we're going to press File, Save to File As, and then we want to change this to Roblox XML place files, okay? And we're going to go to our port directory, sorry. And we're going to name this something. I'm just going to call it game, and we're going to save. Right. So now, let's see here. We need to run RBX L to Rojo. If we run this, it's going to first ask, well, it says this, but you can press more info and then run anyway, or just disable your firewall. So first what it wants is a RBXLX file, and that's going to be the file that we just made. If we go to our Roblox, projects, port, and then this game file, it will say that it's decoding and that this is the longest part, and it is true. If you have a really, really huge game, it may take a while to do. It could take a while. I ported a big game before, and it took a while to do. But you would basically let this run. I wouldn't have imagined it would take this long to run since I don't have that much in here, but it is taking its time. In the meantime, once this is done porting, you can open up your VS Code. If it wants to open up. And remind you, when this is done, it's going to open up a file explorer because it wants you to choose the location, the folder of which the game will be installed in, right? So, and it tells you all of this on, if I can find my Chrome. I think I exited out of Chrome. Weird. If I go to that GitHub page again, it tells you the steps, but it will say step support the game, double click, select the folder you want. Yeah. Let's see. And this is still taking forever to decode. I wanted to show you it just with that, but it looks like we're not going to be able to do that because it's not decoding fast enough. So we're going to do a game that my friend made, and I just ported it just to see. This is what it would look like, right? You would pick your folder you want to go in, right? And I picked the old WOM, and that's located just here, old WOM, and then you have that there, and then another folder, and then there's the source, right? You'll notice that there's all the files, or folders you would see as if it was Roblox. You have a starter player, a starter GUI, server storage. We go in here, you can see all that stuff. Quite literally, it will port everything over and have this default.project.json file have at least every single. I don't know if even if there's nothing in it, if it will port over like the starter GUI. I'm assuming it wouldn't. But for example, workspace, right? You're saying it's a workspace, ignore no instances, and you're saying that the path is source workspace, right? So in here, right, that these are just, I think, models. And you can actually tell that these are models because if you click this init.meta.json, actually that's not a model, but I think this natural is a model. It is. All right. And this is why I said that, you want to make sure that a lot of your code is in replicated storage, server storage, like somewhere on the top hierarchy like this. At least, the best way to say it is to make sure your code's modular, right? If you're having local scripts that are being cloned into, I don't know, every NPC, and then those local scripts are only in that NPC, in that model object, then you could find issues with this, right? The point of porting it over like this is to make sure all your code is in one place. So ideally, you wouldn't have situations like that where you have a script in an NPC. And this is still running, right? It can take a while, but don't exit it. It will pop up asking for the folder location when it's done. And once this is ported, you're pretty much all set. You can literally... I don't want to open up my friend's game purely because it's his. I was hoping that this would be done by now, but it's not. If you just did the same thing as you did before on my previous video, if you wanted to make sure things link up with each other, all you got to do is go into the location of where you installed it. Ideally, if mine was done, I would go into port and then blah, 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 but it's not. So we go in here, and you got to remember that I created a new directory. I don't have that rojo.exe file anymore, so I'm just going to really quickly... I don't think actually that I don't need to do it, but you should, if you're not familiar with how computers work, you should just copy and paste that rojo.exe file into the directory, right? I'm not going to do that just because I already have it set up so that it's in my path. I don't need to have the actual executable in this folder. But if I just do rojo, and ideally you would do rojo.exe, but I don't need to do that. I'm gonna do Rojo, and then I'm just gonna do serve, and then it's listening, right? So it is listening on this, and then if I use an extension where Rojo Explorer, it should show. See the way the project is structured. See, like it will understand stuff like this. It will understand frames and all that goodness, but ideally you shouldn't probably have it like this. See, my Discord just died. I'm just trying to make sure that everything looks good, and it does, right? Modules, everything looks okay. So that's probably it for this video. I wanted to show you what it would look like when it was done porting, but it doesn't seem like I'm gonna get to do that. But after this, it will literally request for a folder location, choose the folder you want, and then you can just do it from the previous video where you serve and then connect with Roblox Studio through that plugin. All right. In the next video, I'm probably going to go over Knit. It's a lightweight framework. This framework is really good. I really do suggest you look into it. If you haven't, I'll be making videos soon. It's very similar to the Arrow game framework, if you ever seen that, but it's more lightweight, and it gives you more versatility with the code rather than force you to do it with services and controllers. But anyways, that's for another video. Thanks for watching. Sorry I couldn't get this working, but it's still the same process. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.